Triple Threat. Triple Threat is a 2019 high-energy martial arts action film that centers around the daughter of a billionaire whose actions place her directly in the crosshairs of a ruthless crime syndicate. A group of professional assassins is hired to eliminate her, fearing her actions will disrupt their illegal enterprises. Amid this chaos, the woman seeks safety and survival against seemingly insurmountable odds. Three skilled warriors and unlikely allies, each with their own motivations, find their paths converging as they decide to protect the woman from potential threats. Along the way, they face relentless enemies, including deadly mercenaries who will stop at nothing to fulfill their mission. Ultimately, Triple Threat is a gripping tale of courage, loyalty, and the fight against overwhelming odds, packed with high-octane stunts and fight choreography that leaves audiences on the edge of their seat. Taken 3. Taken 3 is the final installment in the action thriller film series Taken that follows Brian, a retired CIA operative with a special set of skills, who is framed for the brutal murder of his ex-wife Lenore. The film begins with Brian trying to rebuild his life and maintain a close relationship with his daughter, Kim. However, things take a dark turn when Lenore is found dead in his apartment, and all evidence points to him as the killer. Brian, who has been falsely accused, escapes and is determined to clear his name and find the real culprit behind Lenore's murder. As he evades the police and the FBI led by Inspector Frank Dotzler, Brian uncovers a deeper conspiracy. With Kim's life also in danger, Brian uses his unique set of skills to protect her while systematically taking down those responsible for Lenore's death. Triple X, Return of Xander Cage.
Move like them. Fight like them.
Return of Xander Cage is a 2017 action-packed spy thriller starring Vin Diesel as Xander Cage, a former extreme sports athlete turned government operative, has been living in self-imposed exile. However, when a deadly device known as Pandora's Box falls into the wrong hands, Cage is recruited by CIA agent Jane Mark to retrieve it. Pandora's Box is a weapon capable of controlling satellites and turning them into lethal projectiles, posing a global threat. Cage assembles a team of unconventional yet skilled operatives. Their mission pits them against a rival group led by the highly skilled warrior Shang and his team, who also seek Pandora's Box. The plot unfolds with adrenaline-pumping action sequences, including skydiving, high-speed chases, and hand-to-hand combat. The Old Guard. The Old Guard is a 2020 action thriller film that follows a covert team of immortal warriors who have secretly protected humanity for centuries. Led by the battle-hardened Andy, played by Charlize Theron, the group, each member carrying their own burden of living through countless lifetimes, faces new challenges. Their abilities to heal from any wound and never age come with the curse of witnessing the passage of time and the loss of loved ones. The team's existence is threatened when a new immortal Nile emerges. Nile, a young U.S. Marine, struggles to grasp her newfound immortality and reluctantly joins the group. Meanwhile, their secret is exposed by Copley, a former CIA operative who betrays them to Merrick, a ruthless pharmaceutical executive seeking to exploit their abilities for profit. As Merrick's forces relentlessly pursue the group, Andy trains Nile, and the team confronts betrayal within their rank. Avengement. Avengement is a 2019 gritty action crime film centered on Kane Burgess, played by Scott Adkins, a skilled fighter whose life takes a dark turn after he's wrongfully imprisoned. Once a decent man with a promising future, Kane becomes a victim of betrayal by those he trusted most. In prison, Kane is subjected to relentless brutality by both fellow inmates and corrupt guards. Each beating and betrayal hardens him, transforming him into a ruthless and vengeful figure. As Kane's physical and emotional scars accumulate, his desire for revenge grows stronger. During a temporary prison release, Kane seizes the opportunity to escape and embarks on a blood-soaked journey to seek retribution against those who wronged him. The Raid 2. The Raid 2 is a 2014 action thriller film that follows Rama, a dedicated police officer who has just survived a brutal mission. To bring down a powerful criminal syndicate from within, Rama goes undercover, embedding himself in the criminal underworld. The mission requires him to assume a new identity and navigate a dangerous world filled with treachery and violence. As Rama integrates himself into this treacherous network, he encounters various factions and dangerous individuals. Rama's journey is fraught with intense challenges as he must balance maintaining his cover while unraveling the intricate web of the crime syndicate. The film delves deep into the complex dynamics of organized crime and is renowned for its intricate fight choreography and high-octane action sequences, reflecting Rama's relentless pursuit of his mission despite the overwhelming odds. Legacy of Lies. Legacy of Lies is a 2020 action thriller film that follows Martin Baxter, a former MI6 agent who left the spy world behind after a botched mission in Kiev that resulted in the death of his wife. He is now living a quiet life with his young daughter Lisa. Martin's past comes back to haunt him when Sasha, a determined journalist, approaches him for help. Sasha is investigating a top-secret government operation linked to Martin's past, and she believes Martin holds the key to exposing the truth. Reluctantly drawn back into the world of espionage, Martin is forced to confront his former employers and adversaries who are determined to keep the operation's secrets buried. With his daughter's life now in danger, Martin has no choice but to go on the offensive, using his skills to outmaneuver the various intelligence agencies and criminal elements that are after him. Freelance. Freelance is a 2023 action comedy film that follows the story of Mason Pettis, played by John Cena, an ex-Special Forces operative who has left his military life behind. Struggling to adjust to civilian life, Mason takes on a job to provide security for Claire Wellington, a determined and ambitious journalist. Claire is set to interview Juan Venegas, a controversial dictator of a small South American country. The assignment seems straightforward at first, but things quickly spiral out of control when a military coup erupts during the interview. Mason, Claire, and Venegas find themselves on the run, navigating through the dense and dangerous jungle. As they evade capture, they must deal with various threats, including armed rebels, wild animals, and the treacherous terrain. The trio's adventure is filled with action-packed sequences, moments of humor, and surprising twists. Plane. Plane is a 2023 action-adventure thriller film that centers around a commercial airline pilot named Brody Torrance, played by Gerard Butler. Shortly after taking off from the airport, the plane under his command gets caught in a storm and sustains damage. He decides to make an emergency landing on an island in the Philippines to save the passengers' lives. After a successful landing, Torrance realizes that the island's inhabitants are not friendly towards them. Later, rebel forces take the airplane's passengers hostage, and Torrance decides to team up with a suspected killer named Gaspar, played by Mike Colter, who is being transported by the FBI to rescue himself and the passengers. Gaspar, who had a history of military training, travels into unknown forests without equipment, along with Torrance to save the passengers. Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is a 2021 action crime film that explores the mysterious past of a key G.I. Joe character. The story centers on Snake Eyes, a lone fighter driven by his father's murder, surviving through street fighting. His life changes dramatically when he saves Tommy Arashikage, heir to an ancient Japanese clan. To show his gratitude, Tommy invites him to Japan and offers him a place in the Arashikage clan. In Japan, Snake Eyes is introduced to a new world of discipline, honor, and intense training in the ways of the ninja. As Snake Eyes' skills and dedication grow, he faces trials that test his resolve and the purity of his intentions. Meanwhile, the Arashikage clan is threatened by external forces seeking to exploit their ancient knowledge and power. Snake Eyes must navigate a treacherous path filled with deception, betrayal, and moral dilemmas.
Which one are you watching first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love high-stakes action as much as I do, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more killer recommendations, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next one. Stay safe and keep the action rolling.